So, thank you, Mohammed, for being a part of this soundbite that we are doing, educating our clients on what are some of the critical controls that they really need to look into. So, let me begin with my first question to you. Whenever we speak of OT security, visibility is the first step, right? And even for asset management, visibility is where the conversation starts and stops, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But in today's environment, where the attackers are actively targeting OT environments, can you help us understand how asset management goes beyond just knowing what you have?
Okay. So that's a great question, actually, Divya. Because traditional asset management has been very passive. It's been about inventory, basically a question, what do I have? But in today's threat landscape, especially in OT environment, combining the geopolitical escalation, that's just the starting point. Deep asset management or deep asset intelligence transforms asset management from a static inventory to a dynamic, context-rich security layer. And it does that in a few key ways. And if I summarize it on a few bullet points here, the first one, it adds context, not just what the asset is, but how critical it is, how it behaves, what should be communicating with, and what normal looks like. That basically a baseline, where we call it the baseline, is essential here. And the second, it enables the real-time detection. When you understand the normal behavior at the asset level, you can immediately spot deviation or unusual communication patterns or unauthorized changes or unexpected processes. That's often the earliest sign of an attack. And the third point comes to my mind now. It improves response. Instead of reacting broadly, security teams can respond precisely, isolating a specific asset, segment, or communication flow based on accurate intelligence without disturbing the entire operation of the organization. And the last point I would like to mention here, it supports anticipation. When you combine asset management intelligence with vulnerability data, with threat intelligence, you can proactively identify which asset at most at risk are most at risk and prioritize mitigation before an attack even happens. So at that point, asset management is no longer just a record keeping function. It becomes nowadays an active defense mechanism that continuously informs how you detect, respond to, and even prevent threats.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. Actually, in your answer right now, you basically also addressed the follow up question that I had by stating that it's no more static, it's more dynamic, it contextualizes, and in a sense, it's giving you deep asset intelligence. So it's actually becoming an active defense control, right? That
Yeah.
allows you to detect, respond, and even anticipate, just like you mentioned. So, any parting thoughts from you on how this is extremely essential for critical infrastructure clients today?
Divya, thank you. This is another great question. Why is this extremely essential for our critical infrastructure, our national organization? It is essential because in a critical infrastructure, our national organization or the nerve of our nations, cyber risk is no longer just about data. It's about real world impact. And the geopolitical situation nowadays is a great example of that. So, we are talking about those critical infrastructure, which is basically power grids, oil and gas, water system, manufacturing environments, where a cyber attack can disturb operation, damage equipment, or even impact human safety. That fundamentally raises the stakes. So, what's changed in recent year or the last few years, and specifically on this geopolitical situation, that attackers are no longer just targeting uh, the IT system or financial system or websites or a normal, I will call it IT systems. They are actively moving into operational technology environments in those OT environments and organization where visibility has traditionally been very, very limited. And these environments are often, again, very complex, legacy heavy, and not designed with security in mind. And that's exactly why deep asset intelligence becomes critical. Without it, organizations don't fully understand what assets are actually running, which ones are vulnerable, and how they are communicating in real time. And if you don't have that level of understanding, you simply cannot detect threats or respond effectively without risking operational or disruption. So, in a critical and or in our national critical infrastructure, you cannot just shut down things or to investigate. So your defense has to be precise, informed, and continuous. That's where deep asset intelligence makes the difference. It allows organizations to see clearly, act quickly, and prioritize what truly matters, all without compromising uptime or safety. So, it's not just about important, it's becoming a fundamental or foundation to how critical infrastructure is secure today.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. I think you touching upon the fact that, being clear, prioritizing, and acting quickly in the interest of the operations and the safety of the operations and the people running those operations is extremely fundamental. I think you picked on the right word. It is no more important or essential, it is actually fundamental. And I think the way you have covered all the important aspects of how deep asset intelligence helps in building the cyber resilience of critical infrastructure has been very insightful. Thank you very, very much for doing this with us.
Thank you, Divya.